In this video, we are going to walk through the scenario where a project manager is just now initiating a project and at a glance wants to understand what is included in the SOW. In order to do so, we are going to go ahead and launch our agent, and we are on a PSA project that has a file attached that has the signed SOW. So we are going to go ahead and ask the agent to summarize that SOW for us. And at that point, it's asking to confirm which file do we want to summarize. This is in case that we have multiple files, multiple versions. So we'll go ahead and submit that file. Now we have a context. We know we are in a project and we know that that's the file that we are working with. So at that point, the agent is going through that retrieved file and is putting a summary for us on what are the activities that got sold in this SOW. Couple of seconds later, it comes back with the functionality that is in scope, the functionality that is out of scope, the approach, some responsibilities, and a summary of the fees and terms. Then from there, we can start asking about the responsibilities. One of the things that is very common for our project managers is to, first thing when they get a project, put together a responsibility matrix. What are we responsible for? What is the customer responsible for? Open by area. And this is saving a lot of time in that project initiation phase because it's putting that together for us, separating in a very clear format what is that we are responsible for versus what is the customer responsible for. Then from there, we can keep going and try to better understand what are the roles, what are the hours that got sold. Did we sell a project lead? Did we sell a data migration consultant? So it's going through the file, it's retrieving the roles, retrieving the hours, and coming back with a summary. Now, what about support? Did we sell any production support hours, not just the implementation? So it will go ahead, read the file, again, separate what was implementation versus what was support, and come back with those hours. If I'm not sure if the hours were separated between production, support, and implementation, I can ask. I can check, well, are the support hours that you send me including the implementation hours? And it will go ahead and analyze the question and come back and say, nope, they are separate. One is support hours, one is implementation hours, and now we know the data that we are looking at. Another typical one, we want to understand if data migration is in scope. So comes back and says, yep, it's in scope. It's clearly in the SOW. We know that's true. What about training? Is training included or not? Same thing. It goes and it tells us what is in there. What is our responsibility? What is the customer responsibility? Furthermore, we want to know if something is in scope or out of scope in terms of very particular functionality. Did we sell a custom project status report as part of this project? I remember in pre-sale we were talking about it. So did it get included or not? Well, it's going through the file and it's going to come back and tell us if in the final SOW that is attached in this project, we are actually committed to deliver a customer project status report or not as part of this implementation. It comes back, tells us what is in scope, what is out of scope. Clearly for this particular deal, we did not sell a custom project status report. Well, what about our status report? Do we need to send status report to the customer on a weekly basis? Did we commit to that? We want to know if we need to put that together or not. So it's going through the file, reading again, and coming back with an answer. Yep, we committed to send a status report, so we better do that every single week. And the last one, we want to understand what are the implied risks that are included in this SOW. This is huge. This is a big one that, again, makes life easier for PMs if in just one single click, they can have a very prescribed list of risks to include as soon as the project starts, just based on what the SOW says. So again, going through the file, finding every single thing that seems to imply that there is a potential risk in this SOW and putting that together. It comes back with a very good list that almost can be used as a copy-paste. So again, this is a very common use case, a project manager just taking over a project, trying to understand what is included in the SOW and starting to put together the preliminary files that every single PM does at the beginning of the project.